And the next operation is related with the time reversal or time folding. So this reversal or folding or reflection is similar to that of an image. The inverted image is nothing but the reflection or time reversal property. So I will explain it in the while solving the problem, that property. So before going to this operation, we just remember these points. These are very important points. There's an operation on signals. So operation on signals usually consist of two variables. That is, that one dimensional signal can be defined by using two variables. So a dependent variable and independent variable. That dependent variable corresponds to the amplitude or the value of signal, but the independent variable is time, or n for the continuous time and discrete time signal. So I have explained about, just now I have explained about the independent variable. So we are working on the time scale, not on the amplitude scale. This is very important. We are working on time scale, that is on x-axis only we are working. So if you want to operate anything, we are dividing 3 by 3 or 2 by 2. We are working on time scale, not on the y-axis scale, not on the amplitude scale. So that is an independent variable operations, and these are the operations on independent variable, that is time scaling, time shifting and the time reversal. Those are the operations which will come under the independent variable. So in case of dependent variable, some different operations are there. The very first one in that is amplitude scaling. Amplitude scaling is nothing but a multiplication of constant with the other one, or the small value. With the small value we are going to multiply. That is also called as a scaling factor. We have to multiply with the scaling factor. That is our amplitude scaling. And the next operation in case of dependent variable is addition of two signals. If you are having, or if you are given a two signals, so that should be how to add those two signals. So that will come under the dependent variable. Next is the multiplication. Again it is the same. They are going to give two signals, for example x1 and x2. We need to multiply those two signals. Next is the differentiation. So differentiation, you are having a basic differential equation, that is y of t is equal to d into x of t by dt. With respect to t, we are going to differentiate. In case of signals also, we have to differentiate. They will give some signals. We have to differentiate. That means we have to split up, or we have to divide the signal values. That is what the differentiation is. The next is integration. Integration is integration, how to integrate. Integration means it's an addition of all the signals. Addition of all the signals that is within the range. If it is within the range, we need to add all the signals. If they are going to give them, they are going to mention some ranges. If the signal is within that range, then we can add all those signals. That is nothing but the integration of signals. Integration of continuous time signals and discrete time signals. So both are possible. So remember this. Once again I will repeat. Thus this basic operation depends upon two variables. That means that one dimensional signal can be defined using two variables. Those two variables are dependent variables and independent variables. Okay, just now I explained about the operations which is with respect to independent variables, that is time scaling, time shifting and time reversal. That will come under independent variable. In dependent variable, you will come across amplitude scaling, addition, multiplication, integration and differentiation. These are the important points need to be remembered. Okay, thank you. We'll explain some more concepts, that is a dependent variable concept, in the next class. It's amplitude scaling, addition, multiplication and integration and differentiation. Later on we'll start the problems. Thank you students.